Right, this is the story of Firecrest Man, not Journey to the Stars, but possibly Journey to the Hospital. Now I'll tell you how it all started. We came down here, we flew actually into North Weald this morning. We were slightly late because Dr. Carol, I don't know what she was doing, but she was a bit delayed and probably having an extra bit of breakfast or something because she loves breakfast, you know. And we arrived here at 10:30, landed. Dr. Carol landed very nicely actually, I must admit. I have to admit that. And we had to be in the briefing for 10:45 for the race practice. We made it. Of course, there was a terrific delay, so we needed to rush the tour from bloody Elstree. We could have actually had breakfast at Elstree and still got here to get the briefing, because there are lots of machinations going on between various people as whether we should have the emergency general meeting before the briefing or after the briefing, or whether we would have a little minor committee meeting before the briefing or after the briefing. Anyway, in the end, we had the briefing, we did the practice, which I flew, which I must say I flew quite nicely actually, but that's probably because we'd been bloody practicing for the last 6 or 7 weeks round this course until we knew it completely off by heart. In fact, towards the end, the last couple of practice, tuple, I love a little tipple, I love a little tipple, tuple, tipple. It's very confusing, tipple. All these English is a very difficult language, you know, because so many words are similar. But we had a little tipple-tuple, and towards the end of the practice, our practice sessions like 2 or 3 days ago, we're so used to the course, we're just chatting about various things, about what's the latest film you've seen? Did you enjoy it? Who was in it? You know? And you know, oh yes, there we go, round this corner and all that, round the turning point, there it is, oh yes. So simple. Anyway, I'm not supposed to say that, any road. I keep getting corrected about any way. I must stick to any road, because my tutor in language comes from up north, and I sort of come from semi-up north, like Birmingham, as you know from the previous film. And I'm getting waving hands from the director, and it probably means, get a move on. Anyway, no, any road. Oh, why can't I get this into my mind? Any road. We did the practice very successfully. Then, because Dr. Carol, the esteemed new racer, probably tomorrow, is probably racing tomorrow, so we went off for a little practice so she could fly around the course, but she knows it off by heart anyway, so it's bound to be all right. Any road. Then we came back. Well, we obviously came back, otherwise we could be anywhere. We could be in Brighton now if we hadn't come back here. Anyway, we are here, back in the hotel near North Weald. And we then went off on the race. Now, in spite of my navigator, DC, Dr. Carol, screaming at me, I managed to do quite well actually, and we were first over the line, would you believe it, first, but she's convinced that we're going to be disqualified, maybe the sort of clothing we were wearing, anything. She was convinced we would be disqualified for some reason or another, maybe because there was no clouds in the sky, or you know, there was a pink line where the cabs come round to get to the squadron on the airfield. I don't know, some obscure reason she was convinced, and she said, slow down. I said, I'm not slowing down, I want to be first, but you've got to slow down because we might be disqualified. I said, shit, somebody's got to be first, let us be first, why not us? We deserve it, we've tried so hard. And then, anyway, it turned out, any road. It's a good thing I'm not competing for saying anyway or any road, because I'd lose that. I'd be last. And then, okay, the results come out. We're second. We should have been first, but I did make a slight slip. But nobody's perfect. I made a slight slip on the race, but we came second. We then went back to our hotel, got changed. Dr. Carroll put on this flaming red dress. I say flaming, not because I don't like it, but it's like flame coloured. We went to a very expensive meal in the Aero Club at the aerodrome, which was mainly just bully beef and a few half-cold vegetables. Anyway, we're not sort of people to complain. Then we came back to the hotel, we had a lovely evening with our racing mates. Quite a few drinks, not too many, just quite a few. But then, the only mistake I've made today was that I tried to climb a flight of stairs with my navigator perched on my shoulders. And halfway up, my right knee, which you all know has been heavily injured in an accident on the airfield, gave way, and we both fell backwards on the floor. And this is why...
Down the stairs.
Down the stairs, backwards down the stairs, on the floor. And this is why it could be rather a trip to the stars, it could be a journey to the hospital tomorrow. But I think I'll be all right. I'm sitting here. I've done this before. We're in our hotel. Another air race weekend. The first one of the season, and I'm sitting here nursing my injured knee. This knee actually, this knee has been through a lot of problems the last 2 weeks, ever since I put the foot down this bloody hole in the airfield. Not this airfield, I might it's Elstree. This airfield's got no holes at all in it, but Elstree's full of holes. And I twisted it, and it was getting a lot better today. But I've learnt a very good lesson today. Don't climb up flights of stairs with your navigator on your back. My navigator actually is on my back most of the day, especially when we're racing, but that's a different sort of on your back. In fact, if I didn't race with Carol, I'd probably be worried, because I'm used to racing round with somebody screaming at me down the headphones. The headset. You know, I think, Christ, if that wasn't screaming, wasn't there, I don't know what I'd do. It'd be like deathly silence. It'd be ghostly. I'd feel very alone. I'd think, oh, I must be doing something wrong because nobody's screaming at me. Anyway, Any road. It's my big chance tomorrow. She's actually piloting, and I'm going to sit in the right-hand seat. And because I'm so frightened of her, I'll probably keep completely silent. Because it's be unusual, but it's quite possible that if I'm not careful, the pilot will be screaming at me, and I'm meant to be screaming at her because I'm the navigator. Firecrest man, journey to the hospital. Or to the vets, or to the doctors, or maybe I'll probably be all right in the morning, just to the airfield. Journey to the breakfast room in the morning, journey to the airfield, journey to the aeroplane, and then journey around the route, and probably, hopefully, we'll come in the first 5 tomorrow, and that'll be a good result. Ha 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 ha!